In this video, I'm going to give a review of my trusty old touring bike and a few pointers of what you might want if you're just getting started. Hello everyone. We're still in lockdown in the UK, so no chance to do any cycle touring for a while. But what I am going to do is I've come across some woods with some cycle trails in, so I'm just going to have a look at these and see if they're worth coming back for something more serious in the future. I'm loading them onto the camper van because I use it as a mobile office for twice a week when I'm not on site. It stops me from going mad in the house. So during that time, I'm going to take the opportunity to do a long overdue review of this Raleigh Pioneer touring bike. So here we are. So I've had this touring bike for 14 years now, and we've had some fantastic adventures, and it's never skipped a beat. When I first bought it, I didn't even know that it was a touring bike. I didn't really know what a touring bike was, but now I wouldn't swap it for the world. It's a very base level bike, but while I'm here just having a quick look at some of these trails, it's a good time to just go over it, what I like about it, and what you might look for if you're looking for a touring bike. So let's get set up here. So this is the bike. The first thing that probably struck you is the colour. It's actually not my favourite. It's one of the things I don't like about this bike, but I've got used to it over the years. But what I did like was the fact that for the price it was a Raleigh, which at that time had a reputation for making good bikes. Now this was a base spec bike, or best mid-range, but with mid-range components, but it's never missed a trick. Unbelievably reliable. So here it comes with a Sora triple deck, so it's 24 gears, and they've been solid. I've done thousands of miles on these and never had to adjust them. The brakes you saw there were made of metal. I went for the drop handlebars just to give your hands different positions, and that's a bar bag holder that I've got there. The bar needs retaping. So the wheels here were the first things I upgraded. These are Schwalbe Land Cruiser tyres, and I was a bit worried about the clearance between the mudguard, but it doesn't seem to have been a problem, and it just allows me to go over some rougher terrain. These are caliper brakes that have been on here, and they've had great stopping power, never had a trouble with them. Quick release tyres, and I've had these Lifeline pannier racks on the front, and they're 10 years old, and so I think they've been unbelievably reliable. The frame is aluminium. So there's lots about steel versus aluminium, but aluminium's been fine for me. There's an oversized tube here just to give it some extra strength, and I've carried up to 40 kilograms on this bike without any problems. I did change the pedals over to normal pedals here. On some tours I use SPDs, mountain bike pedals, depends on the length of the tour. Important to have these long mud guards to stop the spray. When you're going for days and days, you just want to be protected from the dirt, and these have done excellent jobs. Quick release tyres, and I've just got a trailer bracket on there, which I ferry the kids around in as well. One of the other things I upgraded pretty quickly was a Brooks saddle. So much about these written on the internet, worth the money, every penny in my book. They've last a lifetime if you look after it properly. This has been I've had this for years now. Let's just turn it around and look at the chain set. So it's a 24 gears here, and that was enough to get me up the steepest of hills. The derailleur here was an Alivio, and it hasn't skipped a beat either. It's been great. It can you can change gears even under some load here. At the front we've got a triple chain set, and some very modern bikes and certainly racers should have a double chain set, but this has been fine. Normally the bike also has a rear rack. I've taken it off for the moment, but on this bike I can comfortably carry 30 kilograms for the two rear racks and front racks. I've got a separate video if you want to see what I take for my touring gear. But that's it for the day. So it's been great fun cycle touring, and I can't wait for the lockdown to be lifted so we can get back on the road. So if you're new or you're thinking about getting a touring bike, here are some specs for you. All I would say is don't get too caught up on the specs. As long as you buy from a decent company, in the UK, for example, you can't go wrong with a Doors Galaxy bike. But if they've got a decent name, then you really can't go wrong. And it's whatever will get you out onto the road and explore places. You can get a lot for your money these days, so you don't have to spend the earth to get a decent bike. So to give an indication, this bike was £600 when it was new. So there we go. If you do have any cycling related topics that you do want me to talk about, then leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you do like these, do consider pressing the subscribe button. So see you next time, and do watch out for the next Bikeonomic video.